This story goes over the life of a man with nothing left, a man with no one, a man named Joseph. He lived his life as a victim of abuse. Even as a youth, he knew there was nothing for him in this life. His father died due to suicide, a bipolar sociopath he was. With his father gone by the age of 12 and his mother fallen to the hand of prostitution, he was really alone. He would go to school, but seeing the kids worry about little problems compared to his such and such, he grew hatred. There was a kid named Joe. See, Joe saw Joseph as a easy target to pick on since Joseph was a small, insecure kid. Joe would call Joseph's mom a slut. Joseph had enough one day, killed that kid the same day with a pocket knife his mother used for protection while on duty. After that day, Joseph was never the same. He didn't feel satisfaction from what he did. He felt as if he lost something else, as if he lost his own sanity. He grew up working at a restaurant. He used to go outside of this restaurant in hope of getting food. Late nights, starving. His mother was beyond gone. Any glimpse he had of his mother was now buried. Every bit of life was sucked out of her. It pained him to even look at her. But the owner of this restaurant became someone he could admire over time. Someone he could look up to. And for the first time in years, he felt as if he belonged on this strange planet. It wasn't until one day that the owner of the restaurant was shot while being mugged. That day, Joseph lost it. He went to the authorities to where they laughed and said, "Kid, why don't you hook me up with your mother?" They didn't take Joseph seriously because they didn't have to. Joseph was 14 now. One day he found himself on the rich side of town. Still, he could not fathom that the rich kids would never have to live this hell. They were ignorant and would never know he lived like this. So he grew hatred, despair. Blamed everyone because he tried. He couldn't understand how this world could be so cruel. They were blissfully ignorant to the lives held beyond theirs. Joseph took his own life that night. He couldn't take it anymore. He woke up. But how could this be? He noticed he was hooked up to some sort of machine. As strange beings around him laughed, suddenly it started to come back to him. He was actually in a simulation, and he wasn't human. He was a Martian. He realized one of the beings laughing was his father. They were a species that enjoyed the emotion of sadness and despair, so they developed technology in order to achieve that.